for your diagnostics. A lot of places will do 1 hour, right? I don't agree with that. You should be doing at least 2.5 hours, because of all the diagnostic tests that we've done over the years. Diagnostic tests, when you're doing diagnostic testing, they almost always go over that 1 hour mark. And so you give 2.5 hours for two reasons. One, it gives you a good cushion, and so you don't have to keep calling the customer to get more authorizations, which you're not going to do if you're selling 1 hour. What tends to happen is you will what tends to happen is you will
Close your eyes.
you'll go over that time, and then you'll charge them on the back end and say, well, it actually took us this much time to diagnose, so this is going to be an additional charge for that. So now the customer's kind of caught off guard. You've raised the price, and so now you have this uncomfortable conversation that develops. So to prevent that, you do that 2.5 hours. They're already ready for it. Most things you will diagnose in that 2.5 hours. That's enough time to come up with a test plan that then isolates the problem and gets you to the repair plan process of what the customer needs. The second reason is it gives you an opportunity at the 2 hour mark, or the technician at the 2 hour mark, to identify how much more time he will need for his test plan. And then this is usually already going into a complex electrical issues. So when you're with those, you have 30 minutes to either finish up or request more time. And so at that 2 hour mark, the technician makes that request. It allows the service writers to then get more pre-authorization for additional testing, or at least notify the client that there's going to be another hour or however much time the technician is requesting to diagnose, and the customer can make an informed decision at that point on if they're going to continue or they're going to stop. Most of the time, they'll continue. They want that issue resolved. So if you qualified your customer properly, again, you're not going to have that pushback. They're there to repair the vehicle. You know they have resources. This isn't going to be a waste of time. Sometimes the customers do decide that they don't want to continue trying to figure out the problem. Maybe they decided that they don't want the car anymore, or something like that. They want to just trade it in. That 2 hour mark allows them to essentially pull out if that happens. Rarely have I seen that happen. I've seen it usually after you've developed a repair plan when that occurs. The kind of like that pullback where they decide to swap the car out and just pay for the testing. So 2.5 hours is where what you should be pre-authorizing at whatever diagnostic labor rates you got going on. Now, you might be thinking, man, I'm going to get a lot of pushback. My customers are different. I'm going to get a lot of pushback if I change it to 2.5 hours of pre-authorization. How am I going to explain it to them? When I first switched to 2.5 hours out of necessity, there was no pushback. Most customers understand, and then they pre-authorize. And those that don't, you have that discussion with them. Again, difference between visual inspections, just scanning codes, and coming up with a test plan. Sometimes you got to file. If you don't have a test plan for the situation, you have to file an advanced case with either the manufacturer or Identifix, or All Data Repair, like with the Tech Assist, to come up with a test plan for this unique situation. So most customers understand that and then there is no pushback, and you'll see that you won't have that pushback. And then again, the third customer type, where they'll push back regardless if it's going to be 1 hour or 2 hours, so you don't have to worry about it. You get yourself covered there.
Close your eyes.
Now, the reason that I like to upload the test plans to the so the customer can see them, because when they read the test plans, that's what justifies the time that it took to figure it out. If you don't upload the test plans, then you're kind of stuck in explaining exactly what the tech was doing. They're documenting that when they should already be documenting that, but that gives you like an extra layer of you know, that gives you an extra layer, and you don't have to explain it now on the back end as a service writer. So it's something cool to have included in your inspection under like a the diagnostics section, where you confirm the concern. This is the diagnostic test plan we're doing. Here are the test results, and then here's the repair recommendation. Here is the repair plan. So 2.5 hours, no free diagnostics, 2.5 hours of testing. Cool.